guys, what's up? So I thought that I would go ahead and talk to you guys today about living a minimalist life. You know, I really hate that term because everyone's a minimalist nowadays, but it's been 6 months now that I have been living more simply, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it. And you know, it's been like 6 months now that I have been living a more simple life. And so I just kind of want to, you know, talk to you guys about how it's been going. And yeah, let's do this. Alright guys, so as some of you guys might know, I started this whole like simple living thing when I moved to Thailand about 6 months ago. And something that my mom brought up to me is she asked me if moving back to America, and especially living with her, who is not a minimalist, if that like changed things at all and made it harder. But I can honestly say that it hasn't. And I think that's because I went through like this whole experience while I transitioned, you know, living in Thailand. And if you guys have seen my whole like minimalist apartment video, then you know that I really did live very simply. Like I had just the bare minimum of what you need. Like I really just had what I needed to just like have shelter and sleep and shower, and that was about it. Anyway, I had this experience at a store just like last week. I was returning something for my mom, and I was in line, and this lady who was in front of me, she had like this whole like armful of clothes that she was buying. And I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, I used to be that person. Like literally just last summer, I was that person who spent money, honestly money that I didn't even really have, on clothes and just like kind of materialistic stuff that it was all just a want, which isn't wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Just so you know, like I'm not saying that that's like a wrong thing to do. You know, some people are super into fashion and they love clothes. I used to be that person, but I just went through this whole experience where my whole mindset has changed, and I now would rather spend my money on practical stuff. And that's not everybody's jam, you know, that's just me. I would rather spend my money on travel. You know, travel is something that I love to do. It is something that is really important that I continue to do throughout my life. I mentioned in my video when I came back that I'm paying off the rest of my debt, and then I'm going to basically just build up a savings so that I can go live abroad again. Another thing that I would rather spend my money on is like a new camera. I just bought a new camera and a new stabilizer so that my videos can be better, you know, just better quality, because I'm actually hoping that I can start to, you know, get clients and make videos for them. So it's really just pushing me to do like what I've always wanted to do. So that's like what I would rather spend my money on. And again, there's nothing wrong with spending your money on like clothes and like material stuff like that, because like I said, I used to be like that and it made me happy like at the time, but I've just changed. Like people changed, and I guess that's how I have changed. All right, so next let's talk about my wardrobe, because well, I mean, okay, if you guys were following me while I was in Thailand, you know that I like wore the same clothes like almost every single day. My wardrobe was just really tiny. It was actually bigger than I wanted it to be, and that was just strictly because I needed dresses and skirts for teaching. Basically what happens with my clothing situation is I go and buy some clothes, and you know, it's like I just have a couple pants and a couple tops and like a sweatshirt, whatever, you know, just like what you need. Obviously like undergarments and whatnot, and you know, just what you need to, you know, so that you're not walking outside naked, let's face it. So once I got back to America, I got rid of almost all of those clothes. I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 items that I kept just because they're still in good condition, so I was like, I'll just keep them. But I either sold them, I either donated them, or I threw them out because they were that gross. And I just went to Savers and I just spent like $40 to just get a whole new wardrobe. Yeah, that's also another thing that I'm doing. I stated this in my New Year's resolution video that one of my resolutions for this year is I am buying everything secondhand. Of course, that does not go for like things that are kind of gross to buy secondhand or things like electronics. But yeah, I just swapped out my whole wardrobe, and I will wear these clothes for the next like 4 or 5 months. It honestly just depends how quickly they get worn out. And then get rid of all of them and then go out and get another wardrobe. And that's just personally what works for me. I know that's not for everybody. That's just kind of how I am working like my own style of minimalism. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I feel like things have honestly stayed the same. If anything, I just realized that I honestly did change my whole mindset on this, you know, on like how I live and how I spend my money. I still feel like I have too many things. I really, in like basically the next time I move, I really am hoping that I can challenge myself to downsize even more. So I really want to get to the point where I literally just have a backpack and that's it. Obviously, I have like 2 bins here, I think, at my mom's house, and that's like memorabilia stuff, like photo albums and whatnot, stuff that I'm not going to get rid of because it's important to me. And that's something that's always going to be in my life. But as far as like things that I use every day, like clothes and toiletry stuff and electronics, journals, whatever, those I want to be able to fit into a backpack. But yeah, so that is kind of just my little review after living simply for 6 months now. And honestly, I think I'll probably live the rest of my life simply as a minimalist, whatever you want to call it. I just feel like my head is a lot clearer. I feel like I can think better. And I don't know. I don't feel overwhelmed when I get dressed in the morning or when I have to move. Like, it literally takes me like an hour to pack up my stuff and move, if that. Like, I don't even think it takes an hour. I will definitely keep you guys updated with how I am living, like my lifestyle and everything like that. And yeah. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Constantly